most brilliant of Queensland victories at the Carnival, and that's a good one for you, Tony. That's a big one. Antino won the Doomben Cup.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Final Gallop. It is episode 362 and proudly supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. Today we're going to preview our runners across 3 states on Saturday, headlined by Antino in the Cox Plate. Alongside me this morning is Andrew Dunemann with Tony down in Melbourne with Antino. Morning, Andrew. How good for our stable and Queensland to have a runner in Australia's premier weight for age race?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Obviously, he's been set for this race, and by all accounts, the preparation's gone perfectly. So it'll be a great day down there, and also at Doomben, where they're doing a Antino promotion. So that'll be good. Get along. I know our colours will be over there. Look, it's been a while since Queensland horses won. I think it goes back to 1983 when Strawberry Road won it. So let's hope we can get a bit of luck, and I think the race map's really to suit him.
Okay. And just quickly, last Saturday we had 2 winners at Eagle Farm before the meeting was abandoned, with Bossed Up and Party for Two both saluting. Yeah,
it was great to see Party for Two win. For myself personally, it was good to see Bossed Up win. That was my best of the weekend. It was cheering hard from the Everest, as hard as you could down there. She was pretty manic, but yeah, it was great. It was great, and obviously, we had a few more chances yet to come. So later on that day.
Okay, now let's announce the winner of our latest promotion with the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. The prize was a night's accommodation with a buffet breakfast at the Novotel Brisbane Airport. Okay, Andrew, the winner is?
Neville Wiley. So well done, mate. Claire, someone will be in touch with them from the Brisbane Airport Hotel Group.
Yep, congratulations, Neville. A representative of the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group will be in touch with your prize voucher. Now on to Cox Plate Day. We'll start our preview with Moonee Valley. It is race 10 and it is the Group 1 Cox Plate over the 2,040 metres. Antino runs with 59 kilos, Blake Shin riding barrier 6. With Ladbrokes, he's paying $3.70 to win and $1.45 for the place. He's had a great preparation and is spot on for his grand final. Let's hear from Tony down at Cranbourne with the latest on Antino.
Hi guys, here down in Melbourne with Antino, ahead of the Cox Plate on Saturday. Drawn gate 6, Blakey drew that for us at the barrier draw on Tuesday morning. We've had a really good week with him down here, Bailey and myself. He worked lovely here Tuesday morning. The horse is in really good condition. We've had a beautiful prep leading into what's basically the grand final for us on Saturday. Bit of rain around here. We've had an ordinary day here on Wednesday. There's a bit more showers predicted through to Saturday. So what that'll mean to the track, I'm not sure. We've got a Friday night meeting leading into that Saturday race day. So I dare say it'll play off best like it does most years for Cox Plate Day. So where we're drawn's perfect. The question will be is when Blake tries to make his run, when he'll time that run into the race. That'll all be dependent on the tempo and the way the race is flowing for him. So we're on song, mate, aren't we? We've had a good preparation down here. Really good build up into it. I think he's spot on for the Cox Plate Saturday. I hope you'll tune in and watch him. 5:40 Melbourne time. He's ready he won't let us down. He's got a big performance ahead of him on Saturday.
Andrew, Antino comes out of a great form race, the Group 1 Turnbull, where he was exceptional.
Yeah, he was great. Obviously, he done a lot of work. He went around the field as he does. So the perfect prep, as Tony is just inference to the track should suit, the tempo should suit. If they do go early, it'll help him as well. Again, just be great for Queensland to go down and compete on the big stage, up, particularly on the back of what we've been doing down there last week at Bounding, Rothfire, 2 weeks before that Transatlantic. So come on, the Queenslanders. Absolutely.
And now we head to Randwick, where the rail is at the 7 metre position from the 1,600 metres to the winning post and 5 metres for the remainder. The track is currently a soft 5 with fine weather ahead, so we'll work on a good 4. We are in race 10, which is the Listed 5 Diamonds Prelude over the 1,500 metres. We have Transatlantic running, 59.5 kilos, with Tommy Berry riding barrier 4. And Transatlantic is paying $2.50 to win and $1.35 for the place with Ladbrokes. He did win the Group 1 Toorak over the mile last start from the front. Drops back to the 1,500 metres for this, a distance which he does have a great record over as well.
Yeah, he looks to get the perfect run here from the Great Gate. That's a massive thing for him this weekend going into this race. There's 3 speed horses in the race that, given the gate, he can either he'll go forward. Obviously, if they want to go too hard, he can just sit a pair back. If they don't want to go too hard, he can lead. And the price indicates that he's the one to beat. And I think if you go back through the form of how he's been in this preparation, he's definitely the one to beat. And you can see him run another big race.
Okay, now on to the preview of our runners at Doomben on Saturday. The rail will be in the 2 metre position. The track is currently a soft 5. with mostly fine weather ahead, so we'll work on a good track for here too. We do start in race 1, which is the cutest 2-year-old plate over the 1,050 metres with I Am That Girl. She'll carry 54.5 kilos. Angela Jones rides barrier 8, and she's paying $3.30 to win with Ladbrokes and $1.20 for the place. She's making her debut, and she is out of the stakes winner Needorp by I'm Invincible. Has had looked good in 2 public trials, most recently crossing the line with Sunday's 2-year-old winner Boomeli.
Yeah, it's great to see her up early competing in these early races. You know, when we went to the sales, that's the reason we bought her. She just looked like an out-and-out early 2-year-old, and she's proven that. She's done everything right. She's ticked every box. And Vinny the cutest is a massive bonus as well. Look, going into the race, the draw's not ideal, but what we do get, we get the favourite who's got great gate speed just inside us. It can drag us across. We'll sit outside it, I would say, in running. Whether she's good enough to beat a horse with the race experience, particularly if that it's a fair horse as well, Lady of 5, we don't know, but she's ticked every box, and you just hope she goes there with the tracks so hard as they are. We just hope she comes back sound and she marches on to the next race. But she's in the market, and the market suggests she'll be right. You know, she's got to turn the tables on the barrier trial, but I think she will, and I think she's a really red-hot chance.
Okay, we go to race 3 next, which is the 3-year-old handicap over 1,200 metres. We'll have 2 runners in this. We'll start with Royal Mover, who'll carry 59 kilos with Ryan Maloney riding, jumping from barrier 4. With Ladbrokes, he's paying $1.95 to win and $1.18 for the place. Steps out to the 1,200 metres now after back-to-back wins over the 1,000 metres to start his career.
Yeah, super aggressive, this fella. He took a while to sell this one. I know he was still for sale when I come back, and even then it sort of took a little while to sell, but those who jumped into him, well done. Teamed up with Australian Bloodstock, and we found another good one here. Maps perfectly again in this race. There's 4 speed horses. He'll just sit off the back of that speed. The way he's got a really good turn of foot, that's going to set it up for him. He's a massive chance of going 3 for 3.
Okay, the other runner we have in this race is Making News, and she'll carry 55.5 kilos with Ben Thompson riding, and they will jump from barrier 1. With Ladbrokes, she's paying $7.50 to win and $2.15 for the place. Broke at maiden last start, toughing it out with a strong win over the 1,000 metres at Eagle Farm.
Yeah, it was great to see this filly win for Linda and Pizzazz to lodge. Again, I think she maps to get the perfect run as well. They're going to go hard in front, and if they don't go as hard as what they expect, she can lead. If not, she can sit behind them. So I think she's a really good each-way chance here. Whether she's good enough to beat Royal Mover, time will tell, and I do think Royal Mover is the best of the 2.
Okay, race 5 is the open handicap over the mile, and we have 2 runners in this race. We'll start with Free Carry, who'll carry 52.5 kilos. Emily Lang will ride, jumping from barrier 3. With Ladbrokes, he's paying $7.50 to win and $2.20 for the place. One of those that missed a run last week due to the races being abandoned. Last start at Toowoomba was well beaten, but Tony's put the blinkers on him for the first time this start.
Yeah, leads on his own here. I think that's a really important fact going into the race. Also, obviously the drop in weight, dropping 5.5 and 7.5 kilos from this last 2 runs. It has been hit and miss, so you're going to have to show a little bit of faith in it. But I do think with this weight, being able to get its own in front, I do think it's a massive chance. I think it'll rebound. Okay.
Ludovisi is the second runner we'll have, and he will carry 52 kilos. Angela Jones rides barrier 8, and with Ladbrokes, he's paying $7.50 to win and $2.20 for the place. Another to miss run last week. Came with a good run last start at Toowoomba to win over the mile.
Yeah, again, the weight's key here as well. Dropped 5.5 kilos last time and saluted. Drops another 3 kilos for this run. So, again, as I've alluded to, Free Carry will lead this on its own, and I think Ludovisi can probably sit just off them as well. So it's not going to get too far back. It's going to put himself right in the race. With that weight, again, a really good each-way chance here. Of the 2, I'm going to go with Free Carry to bounce back.
Okay. Race 8 is the Colts, Geldings and Entires Class 6 handicap over the 1,350 metres. Another race we have 2 runners in. We'll start with Warby, who was being friendly before, but he's off eating his hay now. He'll carry 60 kilos. Ryan Maloney rides barrier 7, and he's paying $6 to win and $2.25 for the place. With Ladbrokes, was a bit disappointing last start at Eagle Farm when he didn't produce his usual big finish, but he's always competitive at this track and trip.
Yeah, I think speed could be the issue in this race. There's only really 2 leaders on paper, and then there's not a lot of speed away from that. So, look, Ryan gets the best out of this fella, there's no doubt about that. 4 of his 5 wins have been when Ryan's on board.
Yep.
If he can get a bit of luck, if he can get that speed on and the tempo up a little bit more, he drops in grade here. Ryan, there's no better jockey in Queensland, and the way he's riding at the moment, he's just riding superbly. If he can get the gaps at the right time, I think he, again, is another one that can bounce back. Loves this track as well, so I think Warby might be one to, definitely in this race.
Okay. The second runner we have is the Little Pumper. He'll carry 55.5 kilos. Ben Thompson rides barrier 3, and he's paying $8.50 to win at the moment with Ladbrokes, and $2.45 for the place. Finished strongly with a weaving run last start at this track and trip, and was only a length and a half off the winner on the line. Yeah,
last 2 runs have had a really good merit in them. Again, a really good gear change here, I suppose, is the senior jockey come back on, Ben Thompson. Goes down in weight as well, can sit closer on the speed here, and out of the 2 there's not much between them. It's going to depend on how the race is run. If obviously the speed isn't in the race, then this fella's probably our better chance. If we do get a bit more speed than what we expect, I think Warby, so sort of hedging me bets there, but I will go with Warby, best of the 2.
Okay. Race 9 is the benchmark 78 handicap over the 1600 metres. We have Exceed Speed entered in this, carrying 59 kilos, Ben Thompson. Barrier 22, and he's paying $4.80 to win and $2.05 for the place, but I would suggest he might be unlikely to run with the barrier.
Yeah, obviously drawn horrendously, and there will be better races for him. What I do know is that this horse is flying. His track work on Tuesday was second to none, and if he did run, even from the gate, I wouldn't dismiss him.
Okay. Race 10 is the open handicap over the 1200 metres, and we'll have All That Pizzazz in this, and he'll carry 56.5 kilos. Daniel Moore rides, and they come out of barrier 10. He's paying $16 to win and $4.20 for the place with Ladbrokes. He was disappointing in the Wheatwood, but had an easy jump out last week at Deegan to keep him up to the mark for this.
Yeah, he's having the lead here, which hopefully will drag us across from the awkward gate. Gate 10 is not ideal, but he will get a drag across. I think the chance of this horse is going to be determined by how easily he does get across. If he can get across and just sit outside the leader, and those 2 don't go too hard, they sort of took each other on in the Wheatwood and both faded. If he can just sit on top of him, get an easier lead than what they did in the Wheatwood. Obviously he's now back down to his last benchmark winning rate. So I think that was a while ago though. And it's a bit of suck and see with this fella. You really don't know what you're going to get. You know he is consistent, but whether he's got that zest that he did have, I don't know.
Okay. We are into the final furlong of this week's Final Gallop. Who is the stable's best metro winning chance on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm going to go Transatlantic in Sydney and also Royal Mover in Brisbane.
Okay, the best each way charts?
I'm going to stick with Free Carry. I know it's a bit of a throw at the stumps, but I just think with that weight and the speed, I think he's a really good chance to bounce back.
And the best at the provincials, we've got the Sunshine Coast on Friday, Toowoomba on Saturday, the Sunshine Coast on Sunday, and Ipswich on Monday.
Yeah, extremely hard here. We've got a lot of runners at those venues, and a lot of them are dual noms, so I don't know where they're going to end up and what race is going to be in. But what I do know, we got 2, Bundella and Tsar Ripper, which wherever they go, I'd be having a bet on.
And the best track worker this week?
I alluded to it early. Exceed Speed was second to none, and also I was really happy with I Am That Girl. She worked on the dirt and really her action looked great, so she's ready to go.
Okay, now it is time for Cavs Corner, which is supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. He got his first leg last week with Party for Two, but the races were abandoned, so his second leg Exceed Speed didn't get a run. Let's head over to Cav and see what he's got for us this week.
Welcome to Cavs Corner for this week. Last week we got one leg up. Anyway, this week we'll travel to Doomben. We'll go Ludovisi a place into the Little Pumper a place. Good punning, guys.
So he's gone Ludovisi a place into the Little Pumper a place, back to his place theory. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, well, interesting, because one of us is going to be right and one of us is going to be wrong, so we might both be wrong, but we can't both be right. So good luck, Cab, but not good luck. Okay.
Well, good luck for the whole team on Saturday, Andrew. It's certainly an exciting time for the stable with Antino.
Yeah, I don't know whether, I've been with Tony for 20 odd years as an owner and obviously working for him, and I don't think there's probably been a bigger weekend than what we're about to face. You know, he goes into this with a live Cox Plate chance, which you dream of as a kid. Got one in Sydney that's a massive chance in the $1 million race. And the other exciting aspect for me, and I'm sure it would be for Tony, is the 2-year-olds, and I'm that girl starting kicking out this week. First Metropolitan 2-year-old for us. We've obviously already won with Boom Ellie, but very exciting weekend, and let's hope we got a few sore heads on Monday.
Absolutely. Best of luck to everyone over the weekend.